Today we're going to be talking about the 2-week spending fast. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I talked about how I was sick and tired of going to the grocery store 2 to 3 times a week to get certain small items. If you didn't watch that video, I'll go ahead and link it up top here. Make sure you check that out, it's a pretty good video. Anyway, so I'm so sick and tired of going to the grocery store 2 to 3 times a week just for random small little things that I forgot on my list. I've decided that I'm going to do a 2-week spending fast. Now this isn't the only reason I'm doing the 2-week spending fast, although it's one of the biggest reasons. The other reason is the month of August is going to be a pretty tight one for my finances. And that's due to a couple of things. Number one, I started a new job in June. Now I didn't start on the 1st of the month, I started on the 5th. So there was about 2 days that I didn't work in the month that still count towards the month. And because I started in June, my June paycheck will be for August, just because they didn't have anything to go on, so they gave me a full month's paycheck for July. The other reason it's going to be tight is I went on vacation because my job was so awesome for letting me go on this vacation that had been planned with my family. But because I haven't been with the university for 6 months, I'm not able to use my vacation time until 6 months is up. So that's a whole 40 hours plus the 2 days that I hadn't worked with the university of leave without pay. So it's gonna be kind of a small paycheck. Now, in the past couple of months, I've started paying my own rent. My parents were awesome and helped me pay my rent while I was in college and even a couple months while I was out of college. But now it's on me, paying my own rent. I've been paying my own car payment. I now bought my own car insurance, which, man, y'all guys, my car insurance costs more than my car payment itself. I didn't realize it was so expensive. On top of electricity and water, this is gonna be a pretty tight month. Now, in order to stay afloat and to not dip into my savings too much, because I also just had dental surgery and I'm gonna get that bill pretty soon, I'm gonna do a 2-week spending fast. Now you may be asking, what's a 2-week spending fast? It's exactly what it sounds like. I'm not gonna go out and spend any money, whether that be buying clothes, going out to eat. That's gonna be a really hard one for me. Picking up stuff on the way home, like fast food, or go to the grocery store for 2 weeks. I'm going to spend $0, except for, you know, paying for rent and all my bills. Now, in order to not spend any money, I'm going to go through my entire cabinets and eat everything that's in there before I go to the grocery store. So maybe this isn't gonna last 2 weeks. I could go through everything in my cabinet in a week and a half. Very unlikely, but it could happen. So my roommate has agreed to do this with me. We are both gonna do a 2-week spending fast. In just a second, I'm gonna show you what's in my cabinets and what I plan on making for the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna eat everything out of my cabinets before I go to the grocery store. That's gonna be a tough one because let me tell you, sometimes I look in my cabinets and I think, I really, really, really don't wanna have macaroni and cheese today. Or I really, really, really don't wanna have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Tough darts, we're gonna have to do it for 2 weeks. So, let me show you what's in my cabinets and a little bit of what I might be making for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so starting out on this first cabinet, I've got lots of sliced peaches. I love sliced peaches. I love peaches in general, so that shouldn't be too bad. I've also got some pear slices back there. These are mandarin oranges, and then behind this I have a couple cans of fruit cocktail. Now, as far as vegetables, I do have green beans, which I love green beans, black beans, which can go good with a lot of things, diced tomatoes, which honestly I'm not gonna eat by themselves, but I will find something to put it in. On this side I have peanut butter, which could go good on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch or for a snack after work. I almost said after school. Wow, I need to get on this adult life. I also have some honey back there. You can't really see it. And then I have some Dijon mustard, which I bought that for a recipe a couple weeks ago and didn't end up making the recipe, so let's see what I can do with that. To the right, I have lots of rice-a-roni. I'm not a huge fan of rice-a-roni, but Robert introduced it to me and I actually don't mind it when he makes it because I guess he puts enough amount of butter, which is not good. But anyway, so we have lots of rice-a-roni. We have the chicken and garlic and herb and butter rice-a-roni, and there's a couple more in the back as well. If we move to the second cabinet, I've got beans and rice. And then macaroni and cheese, which will be strictly for me because, like I said in my last video, Robert doesn't like cheese. Still so hard to believe. More macaroni here. And then I went to the store the other day and got some hamburger helper. Now I had to be careful because I knew I was going to be buying for the household, not just me. And I had to try and get the ones that don't have the word cheese in the name. Do you know how many hamburger helpers don't have cheese in the name? Like 3. So I got crunchy taco and beef pasta. I was looking for the beef stroganoff, but they ended up having it, which stunk. Behind that, I have some pasta left over from the other night, which I'll probably just pair with some chicken and butter one day. Man, I use a lot of butter, y'all. This is not gonna be a healthy month for me, but that's okay. We're gonna get through. Okay, moving on. So, I have lots of pancake mix, which is good because we both like pancakes. I've got some cornbread and some beef broth, more pasta, a couple of protein bars, and then a yellow cake. And then I have icing to go with the yellow cake. So we'll see if I end up making that these next 2 weeks, but I better because I'm not gonna go to the store without making it. So, and at the very top, I just have a couple things. I have soup up there. I had some Campbell's soup, but it was not good. I think it had gone bad, so I threw it away a couple weeks ago. But now I've got Progresso soup, some stovetop stuffing. That's interesting, it's nowhere near Thanksgiving. Some popcorn, and then 2 types of peanuts are up there. And then just, you know, your regular baking things. So that's this cabinet. Down in this bottom cabinet, now when I was younger, my mom used to buy these bags of cereal and I never understood why. But then I went to the store today and realized that they're so much cheaper. So I got 2 bags of cereal. They're just Pops. If you've had Pops before, they're called Corn Bursts. And Berry Colossal Crunch, which is kind of like the Berry Captain Crunch, I guess. So we'll have lots of that because we both love cereal. Now I'm not going to show you my fridge because it's honestly kind of embarrassing. There's not any greens in there. It's like Robert's soda, some Gatorade, milk, butter, those kinds of things, but nothing that I would eat for like a dinner or breakfast. So we're going to move on to the freezer. In the freezer here we have a bag of frozen chicken breasts, which come in handy when I'm making rice-a-roni or chicken pasta, something like that. We also have hamburger, which is gonna obviously go with the hamburger helper, my favorite. We have some Totino's pizzas, which although they're unhealthy, they're pretty cheap and can feed you pretty well. So I have a box of those. Robert has a Hungry Man in there that he'll eat. There's leftovers from last night's dinner. There's a bag of like chicken, I think they're like chicken tenders. I don't know, those are Robert's. And then behind this, we just have some more chicken and chicken breasts. Oh, don't fall. And then up here, I have some Smart Ones, which is like a chicken and fry one, which I'll take for work sometime. And then some pasta. And then ice cream from when I had my teeth out, which I'm totally not eating anymore, wink wink. That's what's in my cabinets. That's what I'm gonna be eating for the next 2 weeks, and I'm ready to get started and maybe break a bad habit because that would be really awesome. If any of you would like to do this 2-week no spending fast, please let me know in the comments. Let's keep each other accountable because this is gonna be pretty hard for me, but I know I can do it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, I post every Monday and Thursday, and we'll see you next time.